Hey, look, I did it right this time. We're going to talk about Raw from Monday. I know it's a couple days late, but I'm finally just watching it today. And if you think that's crappy, I say tough nuggies. Or whatever the hell that stupid saying is that people say. Our rival is Roman Reigns. He is a chump. He tries to beat me up. He's not good enough. Also, it's a good thing I'm smart enough to not screw this up again. That's really the biggest thing. That for whatever reason, I just forgot to double check the other day. I remember I had to refresh the settings, and I just never hit record. But here we go.
Oftentimes in our business, the only
so Raw kicked off with Shane and Steph both coming down to their respective musics, talking about how their childhood was. Steph's playing nice because, you know, Shane, you know what? I'm just so proud of you. I keep doing the same move because apparently I can't do other moves because he's too big. So they're going back and forth. Steph does Shane's put the hand over the head game to see who people cheer for more. She's like, who should pick the rules? Me? Boo! Or Shane? Yeah! They go back and forth with that shit for a little bit.
I guess he's done with that move. Yeah, but what's he gonna do next?
Whoop his ass.
Oh no!
Oh, he's too big.
What's he gonna do here?
Don't touch me.
Mark Henry, no problem getting out of that one.
All right. So they act stupid back and forth for a couple minutes. This is the new era. They say how great everything's going to be. La-di-da. Kevin Owens comes out, tells them, you know, it'd be nice if you guys just made some wrestling. That'd be great. It'd be fantastic. And he you know, kind of yells at both of them. He goes after Shane by way of talking to Steph, and is like, Steph, you are way better than your brother. You know how things are done. Ever since this idiot has been in charge, I keep getting screwed over and over. So they're rambling on about rematches because Kevin Owens lost and he deserves his rematch. It's in his contract. He's pulling clauses out. So then Cesaro comes out. He starts rambling on about how Kevin Owens cost him his title at Payback. And Kevin Owens says, no, it was Sami Zayn's fault, not mine. I agree. He's a menace. He shouldn't be out here. He shouldn't do anything. This leads into them arguing more and more. Cesaro rips his pants off like he does now, and they're ready to have a fight. So the match was Cesaro versus Owens, which was pretty good. They had the Miz on commentary to keep up the trend of, I guess, having each other involved in each other's matches. I know it doesn't really make sense as a word, but you know what I meant.
Wow, stealing your opponent's finishing move definitely.
So they're going back and forth with the Miz on commentary. Eventually the Miz acts like he's going to smack some people with the belt, but instead Cesaro just uppercuts the shit out of him and sends him flying. So they go back and forth. Sami Zayn comes out because Kevin Owens is out there. They hate each other. You know they all hate each other. Just swinging away, swinging for the fences whenever they see these ex-friends, now bitter enemies together. So they're arguing, but they're fighting around. Sami Zayn cleans house. He picks up the IC belt off the ground. Everyone's screaming yes and Olay and chanting for him. So the crowd goes nuts because obviously everyone loves Sami Zayn right now, and they feel like he's the future, at least of that situation. I'm forced to agree with him. It'd be cool for some little guy again to be the champ. I've always loved the underdogs. He reminds me very much of, Daniel Bryan. It's an easy comparison. Beard, little Weasley, muskrat-looking guy.
Show. This is my guest tonight.
They're setting up for Extreme Rules,
top 10 favorite superstar,
which is the next pay-per-view. A lot of the stories that have been going on immediately during Payback or after Payback already. It already goes towards
to be recognized by the
Extreme
WWE
Rules.
Universe.
Like they started calling matches during the pay-per-view.
No one else. They keep cheering for me, and I'm gonna take them to the top.
The next match was
that's how this goes.
Gorgeous Truth R-Truth and for Tyler Breeze.
Thanks for the time.
And
Back to you.
Fangoldo or Goldango or whatever the hell their stupid name is of Fandango, Johnny Curtis, and Goldust. They wrestle around a little bit. I didn't really give a shit. That's one of the matches I fast-forwarded. All their, I guess we'll call them gimmicks or whatever they're all doing together, I feel like it's falling apart and it's dumb. It's dumb and it's old. Just like me. So that happened. That was just the thing. We're not going to be able to interfere in this, obviously, because they just want. You can just watch the match. You can't control yourself for some reason. So we'll just do this. Let them start going. After that, it was the New Day segment of the night. They were talking about how Enzo got hurt at the pay-per-view, and instead of doing dumb shit, they actually were pretty respectful of him. And they were doing a dance because they said Xavier Woods was like, Beyonce's been blowing up my DMs, or sliding into my DMs all night. And they're singing about that, and they're all like, tell the truth, did you really do that? Don't lie, don't lie. And he was like, no, they didn't do that. I lied, I'm sorry. But what was in my DMs, or something along those lines. And then they showed the picture from Twitter of Enzo coming out of the hospital. So they were all dancing around and cheering for him and leading the crowd in the nonsense time, which is awesome. It's weird in the world where they all recognize each other now. They all have to talk to each other, and face or heel, doesn't matter what it is. They can just, hey, our friend got hurt, but our friend's okay now, kind of deal. It's pretty neat. So the Vaudevillains come out because by default, they are now the #1 contenders since Enzo will be out for a while. So they do their little shtick, and they healed it up very well. They hit Enzo with, hey buddy, how's it feel to be the realest guy in the ER? And just pretty much anything that they could do with what Enzo and Cass do. They made it their own evil bad guy way. So that's pretty neat. And that led to the Dudley Boys coming out and screaming about shit. And then Big Cass came out, and they had New Day and Big Cass against Dudley's and the Vaudevillains. Pretty good match. They got to do the thing that I've read online that happened in NXT. I never saw it in NXT, I'll be honest. I guess the last time Enzo got hurt, it was good for Cass because he got to stand on his own 2 feet, since Enzo pretty much overpowers anything with how, like, extravagant he is when he talks, or energetic, or whatever fancy word you want to use for his personality. So they pretty much let Cash just go on a tear, whoop everybody's ass, and win the match for them in the New Day, which is good. They should, I guess what they want to do is they want to build Cass up again as this dude will just beat the fuck out of everybody. So when Enzo comes back, you know, they have, it's more cohesive, I guess. They got a full story going instead of just Enzo screaming like a motherfucker. So that was pretty neat. Like I said, I really enjoyed the fact that they could address, like, hey, our buddy was in the hospital. He's out now. Ooh, that was creepy.
Attacking from the top.
So let's see. Next, I'm trying to read my sloppy handwriting again, and I smeared the ink on the paper somehow. So it's actually a little worse right now. Next was Becky Lynch and Emma. Emma, out of nowhere, it seems like, is now in the ladies' picture. She beat my dear Becky Lynch with a sweet Michinoku driver, which is kind of like a suplex into a powerbomb pile driver kind of thing. Michael Cole called it wrong, but Michael Cole's an idiot, so that's fine. I guess they didn't want to acknowledge what move it actually is, which is weird, but okay. There's worse things that could happen, I guess is the best way to put it. Stephanie comes out onto the Ambrose Asylum next. Backstage, Dean was like, oh, you seem different. You seem fake. And she's like, no, this is real. I'm making a great change for myself. This is 100% me. So she goes out. She lets Ambrose make fun of her for a little bit and fuck with her and be like, Oh, your brother left, but now he's the man. And you gave up tons of family time to be where you are. And Shane didn't give up anything, but he's the man too. So eventually she gets tired of the shit and cancels the Ambrose Asylum and brings back out Jericho, whose retirement lasted a week based off of that fake tweet from the other day. They, of course, go at it because they hate each other. The Ambrose Asylum is now gone for whatever the fuck the Jericho time was called. Talk is Jericho? I don't remember. I don't listen. I don't pay attention to him.
Getting back into the ring now.
King, you can take a breath.
See that bullshit count again there, by the way?
This is dangerous.
I know you do. So, during the Ambrose Asylum nonsense, at the end of it, Jericho decides to break Mitch, which was Dean Ambrose's favorite little plant buddy, right over the back of his head. And that was very upsetting for the world. Rest in peace, you silly little plant. I can't believe I just accidentally did this.
I don't like this. This may change the complexion of the entire match.
Yeah, slow it the fuck down. Just let me sit here and keep cranking on his neck until...
These are great competitors. Great,
nice!
Gladiators here in WWE.
Some of the best superstars that WWE has.
Okay, so that was the end of that. At some point, there was a lot of more backstage nonsense where they're all bullshitting and yelling at each other. AJ and the Bull and Ish Club against the Usos, or against Rollins. Oh, you know, if you want to fight family, we'll fight like a family. It'll be us three, you three. Blah, 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 blah. The backstage segments are never important. That's what I've come to learn recently. So after that was the Battle Royale for the championship, for the U.S. Championship shot, U.S. Championship slot against Kalisto. Apparently, Ryback was supposed to win this, but Ryback took himself off the road because he's in contract disputes for how much he hates everything, which is fair. He has excellent points, but he took himself off the TV until they figured it out, and he posted on his own Tumblr blog thing today that he was like, I know the way wrestling used to be, and I understand the way the rules work. He's like, but it takes two people to put on a match. The person that wins or is considered the draw shouldn't get like 80% of the money because it takes two people to do this. So losers do a lot of work too.
Let's talk about Roman Reigns.
So he took himself out.
How do you feel about facing
Rusev
him at the
won
next
the match,
pay-per-view?
which will be interesting. Rusev against Kalisto. High Flyer versus a little tank.
I'm ready for him.
So
I'm a wrestling prodigy.
I think that's probably Extreme Rules too.
Little effort from
I don't remember if they said it or not.
The Authority made this matchup.
But that should actually be a good match as long as let Kalisto
put him in the ring.
Do his crazy wacky stuff the whole time.
He'll realize that soon.
Right after that was I have Dumb Girls, where they talked about the screw job and explained to little niches and explained the whole back history because most people that watch wrestling now probably weren't around for the original screw job and wouldn't know what it is. Steph eventually finds them backstage after there's all sorts of bullshit in the ring and says, Rick, people are saying you're becoming a distraction. Just want to warn you. Just want to talk to you about it a little bit, big guy. And they decide that they need to decide who has the best finisher because the figure eight is way better than the sharpshooter. So it's a submission match at Extreme Rules.
Here we go. The match is underway. Oh, watch it. The referee is out, and these two are turning this match into a brawl.
It's this thing again.
This match is quickly
spiraled
into chaos after that accident. Without the referee, anything could go.
Yeah, that shove.
So they set up the women's match.
I think this is exactly what they wanted to
I hate Charlotte so much that I have no interest in what they're doing right now.
Gosh,
Ooh, I can jump off the thing now. So the whole segment was useless to me.
Oh, they couldn't find
I feel like they need to figure out what's going on with the women's stuff because it's growing boring to me. Seems like it's growing boring to most people. One of the main players of this is a fucking 80-year-old mummy
that comes from deep within Roman Reigns.
That kisses women.
Enters the ring like it's a
He harasses ladies, which is not cool.
Wipe out his opponents from competition.
So I'm tired of that shit, so that was a dumb segment. But the final match was AJ and the quote-unquote Bullet Club, that they will be referred to as until they say otherwise, against Roman Reigns and the Usos. So they had a pretty decent match, the usual, tag team hoopla. At the end, the Bullet Club.
Another great SmackDown.
What the fuck was that?
Thank you for choosing to join
The
us
Bullet
tonight.
Club grabbed Roman by both arms, set him up to get an AJ chair shot, and AJ was like, no, I don't want to do this, I'm not that kind of person. And they're still working the angle that AJ's not the bad guy, it's just the Bullet Club that are the bad guys. But he kind of saves Roman from the chair shot, but the fucking Usos come running in and think that AJ's smacking people with chairs, so they smack AJ instead. Like big jerks, and then they fight more, and then Roman Reigns goes like he does, and ended Raw.
These superstars looking for a victory.
As a whole, I don't think it was an okay Raw. 7 out of 10, we'll say. To progress some stories. I hope it did. Progress some stories, but a lot of the things were dumb. They keep pushing this new era shit, but everything's always the same in wrestling, as most people have noticed. So whether it's Steph in charge or Shane in charge or both in charge, the main issues never change.
One of these guys is going to walk away with
they do little special things here and there,
can't imagine one of them also
but the main gist of it never changes. It's still very Stephanie era.
To try to take away one of
you can tell who's running the show.
On an arm or a leg, it can take away some of that awesome power that Reigns uses to annihilate opponents from pillar to post.
The Shining Wizard, Bulldog, the end is near.
No kidding. Turn
So you up here?
Wow, he's still down after that. Oh, this spells trouble right here.
I think one of the most
Anaconda of Ice.
it kind of has to do with Raw, but not really. One of the most interesting things now, and I'll say like remotely upsetting, but I don't know if that's the right word or not. Ryback leaving unhappy does really honestly kind of suck. He wasn't the best wrestler, he claimed he hurt people, but there's an excerpt from Chris Jericho's books from like 10 years ago. Or it was from his book, from something that happened like 10 years ago. But he got his, I think it was his one WrestleMania paycheck or a SummerSlam paycheck. He was like, I expected so much money because, I was part of the second biggest main event. I guess they get paid 3 months after the pay-per-view. So he was like, I got my check 3 months later. I was waiting for it. We'll do this tonight. But when I finally got my check, I expected so much money. And all I got was 5 figures. He's like, I didn't want to be greedy because I know it's a lot of money, but I expected 6. I expected all of this. So we went back to talk to Jim Ross and Vince.
There's the bell.
And Jim Ross was like, what's wrong? And he told him, he's like, this isn't right, man. He's like, it takes 2 people to put on a match. I shouldn't get paid less just because I'm not as popular or I'm not doing this. And basically it said the same thing that Ryback said now, where the jobbers, even though they are there for the matches, and someone has to lose, that they shouldn't get paid less just because. Like, make it heavier off of your merch sales, or make it heavier off of something else. But don't just take everyone's money away because in a predetermined thing of who wins and loses, the winner shouldn't just get paid more because they won, when backstage controls who's winning that match.
Makes him a relentless instrument of destruction.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Cole.
So I understand his frustration.
His abilities, the strength, the agility, and his unyielding
he said too he has money put aside. So he's like, it's not that big of a deal. If I never get to come back again because I never get to come back again, it is what it is. I can get on with my life. No huge thing. Oh, and to go with that, Adam Rose got unsuspended. He posted a doctor's note where I guess he has adult ADHD. And all he was taking was Adderall at the recommended dosage. And he got suspended from WWE for it at first, and then talked him out of it and made it okay. But that seems weird. Of all the drugs that he could take, I would see like making him a bad person in their eyes. I don't see how freaking Adderall for adult ADD is bad.
Quick thinking to avoid that.
The suspension's over. He deleted all of his bad tweets about I didn't do this, I didn't do this.
Oh, no.
It's all in the books now.
That's it. He's done.
It's in the books. No harm, no foul.
Did that do? A lot from the looks of it.
We're gonna wrap up our match here real quick too. But yeah, so that's what happened in wrestling this week, pretty much.
Roman Reigns, nowhere to go.
I better move up in ranking after this shit too. Get in there. Get it in there. Thank you.
What a huge win.
Big win for the big guy.
Let's go.
Here's your winner.
Still a fucking heel though.
Huge victory.
I don't know how to get myself back to face. I haven't used weapons forever. I haven't been violent. I wonder if I just do too much shit outside the ring. Who the hell knows? There's no rules in this shit. Better move up in rankings though. Let's see. Nope, of course not. So going for the belt, easy match next time. At night, we'll start working towards Night of Champions. Let's boost some stats real quick. That's good enough for now. As always, thank you all for watching. See you next time when we do some more wrestling stuff. Lates.